For a lot of people moving out here from California, Texas is a bit of a shock. The heat is brutal. We're into like 2 months straight of it being over 100-degree weather. It's humid. Everyone here says y'all, and we drink Topo Chico all day long. But there is a way to make the transition to Texas a little smoother, so you get a little bit more of a California vibe without the California price tag. And I'm talking about moving to Lakeway. Lakeway is a suburb of Austin, and it's about 25 miles west. It's a really unique area that has a lot to offer homeowners, and a lot of people who reach out to me about moving to Austin ask me about Lakeway. So we're going to get right into the pros and cons of living in Lakeway so you know what it's all about. By the way, my name is Tiffany Moore with Rise and Shine Realty. I put out videos every single week showcasing the market here in Austin, Texas. So if you want to make sure that you stay up to date on whatever's going on in this current market, make sure that you subscribe. Also, if you'd like my free buyer's guide on how to buy your first home in Austin, comment below and I will send you the link. Let's start with the pros. The number one pro is beautiful views. So Lakeway has some really big draws that other Austin suburbs don't. Beautiful views is one of them. Lakeway is known as being in the hill country, which provides stunning views pretty much everywhere you look. Driving through Lakeway really reminds me of driving through California. You've got the hills, the green trees. It's really close to water. It's a really good transition for folks who are moving out here from the Bay Area or from San Diego. So another pro is lake access. Lakeway is also unique in that it's situated on the shores of Lake Travis. So for homeowners who want to be close to the lake to do boating, fishing, hiking, canoeing, all the stuff, Lakeway is a really great option. If you love being on the water, whether you're going out on your ski boat or your pontoon, or you just want to kyle or stand-up paddle, living in Lakeway is the most convenient way to make water activities part of your everyday life. There are a lot of communities that offer direct lake access, even a marina, so you can enjoy as much of the water as possible. Third pro is upscale amenities. So I've told you about the lake and the hill country views, so you can probably guess that the rest of the community is pretty fancy. The median household income in Lakeway is about $170. I think that data might be a little bit old because I can't imagine folks buying a home in Lakeway off an income of $170. So take that with a grain of salt. But all the amenities you would expect to see for folks in that income range are available in Lakeway. There are 4 golf courses, a country club, lake marinas, tennis courts, swimming pools, tons of parks and walking trails, boating, fishing, all the things. So there's also a really well-known spa called Lakeway Resort and Spa. It's a AAA 4-diamond award resort. It was named the number 15 resort in the Midwest by Condé Nast Traveler, and it's the only resort on Lake Travis. Pretty much anything fancy you can think to do, it is here in Lakeway. The fourth pro is its proximity to Austin. So if you don't want to go downtown a lot, nightlife isn't really your thing, but you like being close enough to visit in off-peak times, like if you want to go to Barton Springs at like noon on a Thursday, Lakeway is a really close option. So it's just close enough to Austin, be able to visit when you want to, but it's also far away so that you can enjoy full lake living. It's going to take you about 30 to 40 minutes to drive from Lakeway to downtown Austin, depending on where you're actually going, which is really about the same amount of time as if you lived in Leander or Georgetown or Liberty Hill. So with all those things I mentioned in Lakeway to do, the hiking, the boating, and swimming, you'll have plenty to do right here home, and you may never even want to go into Austin very often. The number 5 pro is safety. In Lakeway, crime rates are extremely low. People here feel very free to walk in the parks, go golfing, shopping, whatever they want to do, and not worry about crime. Lakeway has a very low crime rate for violent and property crimes, which is well below the national average. Also, there are several gated communities for added security, and in fact, most of the gated communities in Austin are in Lakeway. And a handful also have gated homes. So if safety is a big concern for you, you can't beat Lakeway. I use niche.com for the crime stats, so I'm going to link that in the description below. Number 6 pro, and this is a really big one, is great school systems. So Lakeway is served by the Lake Travis Independent School District. For the 2018-2019 school year, Lake Travis ISD earned an A, which is an exemplary performance rating. And just so you know, these are the latest dates available because of COVID. So these metrics aren't outdated, they're actually the most current. This is one of the best school districts in the Austin area based on the ratings. I like to use greatschools.org to research individual schools as well as school districts. So check them out. You'll see why Lake Travis is considered one of the best school districts in the Austin area. Even if you don't have kids, this is great news if you buy a home here because school district ratings usually have a direct effect on resale value. This is a general rule and applies mostly to suburbs. However, the most expensive homes per square foot in Austin are in Austin proper. And Austin doesn't really have the best school district. So just like any other big city, inner city schools are not going to be the most highly rated. So yes, school ratings have a direct effect on resale value, mostly if you're in the suburbs, which you are in Lakeway. So let's talk about some of the cons. First con, and this is a big one, is housing costs. So this is probably the biggest con. All of those amenities and the lake and the views, the good schools, they come at a price. Lakeway homes sell for an average of about $800,000. Now, I just mentioned that the homes in the city are the most expensive homes per square foot. This is true. The closer you are to the city center, the more expensive the homes will be. Homes in Austin proper are selling around $600 per square foot, and they are relatively small. So homes in Lakeway are bigger, they're more like traditional suburban homes, so their price per square foot is lower, but you're buying more home, which is what makes them expensive. Lakeway homes are selling close to $350 or $400 per square foot. So as of today, August 2nd, 2022, there are 87 homes on the market in Lakeway with 3+ bedrooms. 5 of those homes, 5 of the 87, are under $700,000. 50 of those 87 homes are over $1 million. So this is not necessarily a con. If you're looking for this level of home in the community, then Lakeway is your jam. It's kind of like an attract and repel thing. Like this is definitely going to repel the folks who don't want to spend that much money on a home. But if you're looking for the views and the amenities and the schools and you want to be around other gorgeous, amazing homes, then Lakeway is somewhere that you should check out. If you're looking for something closer to 500 or 600, this community is just not going to work for you. The second con, Lakeway is a quiet suburban living neighborhood. So Lakeway might be close to Austin, but it definitely has a very suburban feel. This could be a con for you. So if you're looking for a place to live that has all the amenities of Austin, like the bars, the restaurants, and the nightlife, Lakeway is not going to work for you. There are definitely restaurants and bars here, but if you're looking for Austin's hottest new restaurant, it's not opening in Lakeway. The third con is job opportunities. So with Lakeway being a smaller suburban area, it doesn't have the same type of employment opportunities that Austin does. However, most of the folks who live in Lakeway either work in Austin or work from home. So if you're looking for a 15 to 20 minute commute to the city, living in Lakeway may not be a good fit for you. But if you have a job working from home, or you work hours that don't match the typical traffic patterns, or you only go in the office 1 or 2 days a week and you want to live somewhere that's outside of the hustle and bustle of the city, then this may be what you're looking for. So fourth con is proximity to Austin. I mentioned this as a pro, but it can also be a con if you want to go downtown, to hang out a lot, if you want to go to shows. It's kind of a long drive. So during peak hours, getting from downtown Austin to Lakeway can be a 45-minute drive or longer, depending on the traffic conditions. So yes, Austin is close, somewhat, but you might find yourself saying, I don't want to drive all that way, I'm not feeling like battling the traffic tonight, and missing out on a lot of the fun stuff that you might otherwise do. Like if you're moving to Austin to do the cool Austin things, living in Lakeway is probably not going to serve you or help you live the life that you want to live. So I live 25 minutes from downtown, and sometimes I just don't want to deal with the traffic. So you have to know yourself and know what you're prepared to do. If you plan to go into the city several times a week, then living in Lakeway may not be the best move for you. The number 5 con is traffic. And a lot of the other cons that I've mentioned can be pros or cons depending on your perspective, the lifestyle that you want to live, things like that. But there is no way that traffic is considered a pro by anyone. This is just a con. So you can expect long travel times, especially in the morning or the afternoon, the typical rush hour times. There just isn't good public transportation from Lakeway to Austin. And really, in Austin in general, there's not great public transportation anyway. We do have a bus system. We have a very minor basic light rail system, and that's kind of it. It is growing. We hope it grows, but for right now, you really can't rely on public transportation in Austin. So if you're going to live in Lakeway, you're going to have a car, and traffic comes with that. Also, there are only 2 main roads that take you to Lakeway. Because of the beautiful topography and the water and the hills, they are not major highways. They're kind of like winding roads. So it's not an easy drive. It's a beautiful drive, but it's not easy. And if there's an accident or construction going on, that's just going to be bad news. It's going to throw everything off. If hopping on the train is important to you, but you want to live outside of Austin, Leander might be a better option for you, as it has a Metro Rail station that connects to downtown, it connects to the Domain, it connects to the QT soccer stadium, and they're building a new one at the new North Line development. Now, this development is under construction right now. It's going to be several years before it's up and running, but it is coming to Leander. It's not coming to Lakeway. So if this is your jam and you want to check out this video, What No One Tells You About Living in Leander, and if you're moving out here and you have a few questions, reach out to me. My contact info is below.